There is always something special happening in our communities, and Wish TV is committed to shining the spotlight on those who are making a difference. From the All Indiana Podcast Network and Wish TV, this is Behind the Eight with Wish TV's entertainment insider, McKinzie Roth.
I'm McKinzie Roth, entertainment insider here at Wish TV with a brand new episode of Behind the Eight, and I have a very special guest, Raymond Brune.
Hello, how you doing?
Ray, I call him Ray J. He is the newest member here at Wish TV and pretty much my new best friend here at the station. So welcome to the show.
So thank you for joining us.
Reluctantly.
And it was a good talk. Thank you.
I've been trying to get Ray on this podcast forever, since he started, really. So finally, I gave him $20 and he sat down with me.
You must be really desperate for guests.
So Ray, tell us a little bit about your role here at Wish TV. You're kind of doing lots of things, but you have brought in so many innovative, exciting, cool ideas, changing up the whole vibe, which I love.
My role, as I see it, is transforming our on-air talent into personalities.
I love that. Okay.
People say that can't be done in newscasts. It's totally the wrong thing to believe, because I've done that in Los Angeles very successfully. We had the highest rated morning show there ever. And it was an accident. And so learning from that whole experience is how I learned how to create a show that is shot like a talk show. Mm-hmm. The cameras follow the action on the screen while the people are talking. That's
one of the most exciting things you've ever said to me, because, it's not so buttoned up. And you said, do you, and we'll capture the experience. Do you, we'll follow you, rather than you have to do that this way and you have to look, be so stiff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you guys are so used to being told what to do from the control room. And now it's the complete opposite. We follow you. It's your show. You decide where it goes and we make it happen. Now, the one thing here is that the station is totally automated, so there is some challenge to doing that, because we don't have a lot of cameras to move around when something, unexpected happens.
Right.
But, so far it's been amazing the way they've been able to adjust, you guys and the control room, to making all these changes.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? A lot. Especially when it comes to protecting what matters. At Pacific Life, we've helped people and businesses confidently embrace the future with life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits, with strategies built on strength and trust, and a promise to be here for you today and tomorrow. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York. Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire? You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Allie Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
Ray, you're such a blessing in my life just because we mesh so well, which we'll get to in a second. But I want to backtrack. You mentioned LA, KTLA. Let's go your background a little bit, because you have lived, man. Ray has been around.
I'm from Cincinnati.
Yes.
I started as an intern at WLWT, the NBC affiliate, where Jerry Springer was just being made the news anchor.
Okay. Before Jerry. Before
Jerry
that
had been the mayor of Cincinnati. Quit that, ran for governor, didn't win. Then he started doing commentaries on a radio station, and then they hired him at my station to do commentaries, and then he was so well received that he became the anchor. Now this, of course, while I was still in college across the river at Northern Kentucky University with my classmate George Clooney. Whose father was the number one anchor in the market at the time.
We're just name dropping. That is
Yes.
so cool. All right. Was George always a stud?
No, I knew George when he was in his the Facts of Life.
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
The wild
Natalie,
hair and
yes.
the goofiness. That goofy George is the one I knew, not the suave post-ER George of today.
That's really cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was your passion to get into this business?
My passion started when the news director who basically hired me for my first job in Cincinnati was fired, and a new one came along and just turned the station around from worst to first. It was unbelievable. He basically did all the things that I do, because I stole them from him.
Sure. Yeah. Everything in this business is stolen.
Oh, yeah.
10 times over, right?
Everything I do. I watch other stations all the time from all over the country.
Sure.
And steal their ideas, because that's the nobody in Cincinnati is going to know that I took this idea from, Indianapolis.
Of course.
They don't know that stuff.
Right.
So I do a lot of those kind of segments, and I one guy had this amazing writing style, which I really copied and learned. And you just see what other people were doing, and then you use it. I watch the Australian Today show all the time.
I follow them on Instagram.
Brilliant.
It is brilliant. I love it because you just see what's working, and it's just like that innate feeling of like, I don't know why, but this works, and then you do it, right?
It's that same feeling when I was producing the KTLA show. It's like, oh my God, I want to produce the show. It is so amazing, and the talent is so excellent, and it just jives so well together. It's just unbelievable.
I love that. So tell us about your time out at KTLA. What are some fond memories? What are some wild memories?
Well, my biggest disaster was the Pointer Sisters were coming to the show. And I was very excited because this was the day the Pointer Sisters were singing
it's a
Jump
big deal.
From My Love.
Legends.
And they were hot at the time and blah, blah, blah. So, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning comes around. I got my little CD all ready for them to sign when they arrive for the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock show, whatever it was. And then suddenly the earthquake hit. And in case you don't realize this, when the earthquake hits, you cover only the earthquake.
Right.
You don't stop to have the Pointer Sisters perform Jump For My Love. So they never came in, and I am to this day brokenhearted that I have never met the Pointer Sisters.
Oh, man.
But I did meet the love of my life, Olivia Newton-John. So that was.
And was she everything? I haven't had the pleasure.
You know how celebrities are. Sometimes you meet them and you're like, oh my God, what a jerk.
Yeah. Yes, I've experienced that many times.
Was the most sweet, wonderful, exactly what you hope she'd be person. It was amazing. And I've seen her many times, and I joke because she meets me many times because she doesn't remember me from Adam. But every time I meet her, she's very sweet and lovely and whatever.
Every time you meet her.
Yes,
I love that.
Exactly.
What do you think, what was the magic over at KTLA? Or when did you know, okay, this is just, we got something?
It was a complete accident because nobody was watching. We were doing a news wheel. Every 15 minutes we'd start with a news, weather, traffic, just over and over and over and over again.
Sure.
And it was deadly, and we were like, this is awful. So we just started screwing around, basically, because we all thought we were going to get fired and the show was going to be canceled.
Sure.
We really did. And so the anchors just started having fun and doing crazy things. And then we had amazing guests like Richard Simmons, who, if you've ever had him as a guest, he runs the show, not you.
Yes, right.
And he taught us so much about just allowing things to happen and watching things happen as they go and sticking with them, as opposed to, as a producer, you always want to wrap and move to the next thing. Well, no, you don't do that anymore. You let this stuff play out as it happens.
So our own Dick Wolfsey, who's like a legend here, is really good friends with Richard Simmons.
Oh, yeah.
And he tells a great story about how they were running in shorts and they got on the cover of like the newspaper, and it was his boyfriend, Richard Simmons.
Oh, yeah.
They're like best friends, but super, super cool. I love that. But you have to let it breathe, right? You've already taught me so much just in your small time here, Ray. Just like you don't have to talk every second, because I come from the world of radio, so I don't like dead air, but I'm also very free and I don't like to stick to the prompter all the time. And you were like, that's okay. So I finally was like, yes, one of my people who gets me, right?
Well, it's like the story we did the other day, the gossip story.
Yes.
I saw this story about, gossip. They just some brainiac, survey people discovered
Dartmouth,
that gossip is really good and it helps you with your relationships and all this kind of stuff. So I wrote the story as if you and your co-host Alexis were gossiping.
Yes, we got really quiet.
And you kept talking back and forth like this, and oh my God, and all those things you say, and I can't believe she said this.
It was almost like ASMR.
And, when you guys are whispering on the air, everybody looks.
Right.
What the hell's going on? What are they doing? Because they're not used to that. They're used to just hearing normal people talking, and they're fine. But
Exactly.
start whispering, and suddenly they need to know what's going on. And the other thing is laughing. Laughter is huge. I put together a bunch of my successful shows, and some of the best segments I realized were, oh my God, they're all just belly laughing. It's so funny because that gets you to the screen to watch, And
Exactly.
that's what all these shows had in common was, they were able to get rid of the fact that you have to be serious and, a journalist at all times. You can be a real person at the same time, and people
Right.
watch people. That's the whole point.
And because at the end of the day, a lot of times, believe it or not, we're all reporting the same weather, reporting the same stories, and it's the personalities that I've always said drive people
And that's so true.
to come to you, right?
Every station now in the country has access to the exact same stories,
Right.
except maybe the one who does the investigative team thing. Other than that, all these stories are on feeds everywhere that you can download, you can use, you can get. So it's A, how your anchors present them, and B, sometimes you create signature segments around them. Like in Chicago, I created a segment called what was the show called? Eye Opener Newsreel. The Newsreel.
Okay.
We took all the 3 or 4 stories that were simple stories, like Aretha Franklin getting out of a speeding ticket because she signed the
Like-
traffic cop's autograph
Okay.
or something. And we had this announcer do it like it was, from the 1930s newsreels, and everything was in black and white, and it was written just crazy, and it's the same stories that the other stations had, but we created it something that was unique and memorable, and something you hope you watch. So,
Yes.
when you watch Saturday Night Live, you hope your favorite segments come on. You hope, Mary Catherine Gallagher comes on.
Exactly.
My favorite segment. So
Yes.
this is what's news. You hope, I hope they do that newsreel today and see what the news is going on around the world. It's just how you present it is all.
And people love that. I always found the signature of a great show is that you're implemented into people's lives, and they don't know why, but they have to have you.
Yep.
And if they miss you, it's something's wrong with their day. And I
Right.
think that's just such a key. I always keep that in mind.
And the other thing that's so important is the close-up.
Okay. Yes, we
can I
have to
talk
talk
about
about this
close-ups?
last time. Okay, so Ray J. Okay, so we didn't do that many close-ups, hardly at all. Maybe once in a blue moon. Now the show is full of close-ups. So I'm like, oh my God, if I get a blemish, it's a bad day. Bah. But you like the close-ups. You say it makes a difference.
Some consultant one day decided, let's put your anchor standing next to a monitor the size of a garage door with the word murder on it, so their face is the size of a dime on the screen, and tell us about this murder. No, you put them close up right in your face where they can see the whites in your eyes. They trust you. They can see your concern. They see your caring for them, and that's how you present people. You don't put them on, it's so funny. I call them set walkers, these anchors who walk like the
Zombie-esque.
living dead. Yes, from one part of the set to the other. Because
Walkers.
they have to stand here, and then they have to stand here, and then they have to stand here. No, you sit at the main desk, which is your home base, what I call the kitchen table. And just when people come to visit you at home, when people come to visit you here on our show, they come to meet us at our kitchen table.
I love that so much. Tell me about your time at E!
E! Was very interesting. When I first got there, they had 2 very expensive hosts, who I won't name, who
Yes.
thought they were bigger than all the stars they interviewed,
Okay.
and who couldn't be bothered.
Oh, I see.
They couldn't be bothered getting excited about the show. They couldn't be bothered listening about the questions they might want to ask a celebrity, whatever. They just had this attitude that they're bigger than everything out there. So I was actually able to push them aside, get them out.
Okay.
And I discovered Juliana Rancic, who was at that time Juliana
And
DePandy,
she's such
yes.
DePandy, Mama DePandy,
Right.
and I adore her. I've got to interview she and Bill. I love their love story, but I love that she's so real. She's a class act all through and through.
She was just amazing. She just got it, and she connects with the people she talks to. She's doing. I have a great clip of her interviewing Simon Cowell from American Idol, and she just connects, and she asks the question you as the viewer at home want to know from Simon Cowell, and she plays along with them, and she's a little bit flirty, and she
Do you get your T-shirts at Baby Gap?
exactly.
Tell us if people want to know.
She interviewed George Clooney.
Oh, yeah.
And
Woo.
at the end of the interview on camera, on a close-up, because that's what we do is shoot her on close-up, she said, I love that guy. And you never see a news anchor or an entertainment reporter say that.
Right.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And
absolutely.
that's so true.
Yeah.
Those
real.
little things are what connect the anchors with their viewers.
That's right.
Like the one thing, I never told you this, but the one thing I love about you, like every third or fourth block you say, hey, welcome back, we are so glad you're here. You know, you say that, it's like, oh, I love that because
thank you.
It's so real, and you're telling people, thank you for bothering to spend some time with us.
And
it's
I
so
mean
true.
that.
And I know too.
When someone watches other than my mom, I'm stoked.
Exactly.
I'm pumped.
Exactly.
Sometimes Kiki doesn't even watch us. So we got Kiki on. So what direction? You've already implemented so many great changes, all Indiana, the station, and beyond. So what other things would you like to try? Do you think would be hot and fun?
Well, I'm going to take one of the morning show hours.
Okay.
They're on from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. or something.
Yes, long time.
So I'm going to take one of those hours and make it experimental and try some of the things that we've been doing and try different things that work in the morning.
And that's what I love about Ray. No idea is really a bad idea, although some are probably bad ideas, but he's like, go for it. And you let us be free and creative. Like, let's try it if it flops, so well. But you let us try it.
Well, every show is all about the people on it.
Yes.
I can't create two identical shows because there's no way you can, because you guys are different. The people in the control room are different. The director brings his own directing style to the show, which is part of the personality of the show.
Yes.
Every show is different, and you just, I can't go in there the first day and make all these changes. I have to go in there and over weeks realize, okay, we can do this and do this because you can carry that, and she can say this, and we can try this, and Ashley's comfortable coming over and saying she loves the segment, that we're doing with the food people, whatever it was.
The food people.
The food people.
The tasty takeout. Yeah.
Yes.
We love that. What have been some of your high notes from our show so far? I mean, you haven't been here too long, but I have a few in my mind. I loved when we had our drag queens on. I
love the drag queen.
Yes, Anya and Lollapalooza.
She was great. We couldn't say her last name. Are we allowed to say it here or
Yeah,
not?
we can say it.
We can? You say it. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yanise. You can put it together. But she was a doll. She taught me how to strut and be fierce. And that was great. I loved her so much.
And she worked it and she owned it. And that's the thing, when you sell it or, when you're real and authentic,
yes.
People buy it.
Yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
When you're fake and plastic and, just reading a prompter. Exactly. Oh.
That's the worst.
Oh, gosh. There are so many anchors I could name for you, a whole list of them.
Yeah.
I just go like, how did you get on television?
I think the drag for me is when I see someone and they're just like that on camera and they're the total opposite off camera.
Yes.
And I'm just like, people I feel like honestly see through that. Or at some point they will. Right? And
right.
It's just not endearing. So
it's all about authenticity. And the other thing that these consultants keep telling you is everything has to be authentic and I forgot the other word I was just going to say, but the storytellers. We're storytellers. Mm-hmm. Well, if you watch any newscast, you don't see a story in there.
Right.
We call them stories. Let's tell you this story about this shooting down the street, but it's not like you sit down and we hold up a book and pass the book around and show you the pictures as we're telling the story. It's not. Storytelling is an art, and even though we all say we're storytellers, it's very difficult to actually do. Right,
with the descriptive details and make statistics, numbers, actual people.
And for the feelings, the emotion, you've got to have emotion, and that connects you with viewers. When you guys laugh, that connects you with viewers. If you cried about something, it connects you with viewers. When I was at Good Morning America, I totally forget his name, but he was reporting that Princess Diana had just died, and he started crying on the live feed when he was reporting that, and the next thing you know, he was the GMA main host.
That's real because people can see that and they connect, right?
Exactly. You connect with people who are real and honest.
I think I laugh. I think I scare people with my laugh. I'm like the loud one. Well, no, I wouldn't say the loudest in the newsroom because we have Mr. Phil Sanchez, but I'm close when I laugh.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Phil definitely takes the cake with being the loudest.
Yes. Oh, very
But
cool.
see, your laugh is real. It's not a fake, goofy laugh, just to appease people.
Right. It's a good belly laugh. You got to make me laugh. I appreciate quick-witted people. I love authentically funny people. That's what it's all about the chemistry, right?
Totally.
Well, you're a breath of fresh air. And I've told you before, but I'm so glad you're here.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
I'm glad that I'm working with you. It's an honor. It really
We
is.
have some fun. We kind of get up to our own little mischief and do our own thing, which I love.
And to be honest, we still have a long way to go. We're
Yeah.
not there yet.
I know.
I mean, we have a long way to go. So many TV shows, especially newscasts, are polite.
Yes.
And I hate polite.
Yeah,
I
he
want
does.
casual. I want real. Don't be polite. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in. We'll see you next time. And just that stuff is just so fake. It makes me sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I want real
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Not so polite.
Don't be polite if you're on the air. It's really annoying.
Yeah, he wants us to give us. Oh my gosh, well, I can't wait to see where the show goes because we've already taken such a, I think, upswing in my opinion in the last few months. So
I agree.
and
Totally.
a lot of it's because of you. Give it up for Ray Brune! Woo! Will you please come back? I know you didn't want to do this, but you're coming.
Yes, I'll come back. I always get in trouble when I do these.
You
so
never
I'm
forget your
just
first.
gonna see who calls me in the office next. What did you say? Why did you say that?
You are the man. Where can everybody follow you? Where can everybody find you if they want to get in touch with you?
RayJRayY.TV.
There you go. You heard it here. All right, another episode of Behind the Eight on the All Indiana Podcast Network. I'm McKinzie Roth, your entertainment insider. Until next time, bye-bye.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network and Wish TV, this is Behind the Eight with Wish TV's entertainment insider McKinzie Roth. Follow and subscribe to this podcast and discover even more great podcasts now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.